All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ambitious Amplified. I'm Anais, and today we have a very special guest joining us. Please give a warm welcome to Lil Jada.
Hey y'all.
It is such a pleasure to have you here. Let's start by diving into your background and journey into the world of music and entertainment. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got started and what inspired you to create music?
How I got started was like it was so random. Like I just like started rapping, listening to beats, and then I figured out that I had the talent. And then I started off like I wasn't really consistent, but then once I started being consistent, I started seeing growth with it. So
Mm.
I'm like, I gotta keep going. I'm like, dang, I'm kind of getting raw.
Absolutely. Your journey is so inspiring, and I'm sure along the way you've worked on some incredible projects. Are you able to share with us one of your favorite projects or collaborations and what made it special to you?
Some projects that my first ever like I'll say EP, it was
Mm-hmm.
real raw. It made it special to me because like when I dropped it, like we really celebrated. It was big for me. It was the first I ever dropped. So I'm like, okay, like
Right.
this is big. Like I never
Mm-hmm.
did it before, and then now I got one coming soon. Also, like that's in the works as
Wow.
well.
Yeah.
So that I feel like that was a real big moment for me. Even when I had like big video shoots, those was big moments for me. When they
Mm-hmm.
first played my songs on 92.3 and WGCI, like that was also big for me as well. Cause I used to
Yeah.
pray for that type of stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure those all sound like such incredible experiences. Can you tell us a little bit about your creative process, how you approach writing and producing content?
As far as like when I produce music, like usually I listen to the beat first, and then once I listen to the beat, it'll kind of give me like a concept in my head, and I'd be like, okay, this how I want to come about the song, and
Mm-hmm.
then that way I just go from there. And then when I go to the studio, I be trying to be like ahead on songs, so I'm not like just there, just trying to write or trying to freestyle the whole time. Like I'm trying to get in there, knock the work out, and get out of there.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, you've done several collaborations with other artists. What does that collaboration process look like for you? How does that get started and how does it kind of come to fruition?
Well, like some people will reach out to me to work with me, or some people I'll reach out, like with my team will reach out for me to work with them, and then we'll collab. And either I send them an open verse. Some people I done got in the studio with them. Then some
Nice.
people, they send me open verses. So like it could go
Cool.
either way, And then I prefer to get in the studio because I feel like you could vibe out with the person, and it'd be more intimate than just sending
Yeah.
the open verse.
For sure. Yeah, I'm sure. And speaking of your music and how you create it, you have some very nice album art, much of it reminiscent of mural style, and there's also several nods to your Chicago roots embedded in there. What role do you play in the development of your album art?
Um, I mean, like I come up with the concept, and then
Mm-hmm.
really once I give like the person, well, a couple people that made my cover art. Once I get them the idea, they'll send it to me, and they'll come back with it, and I'll be like, "Oh, I like this." If I don't like it, I'll be like, "No, can you just change this, or can you add this, or
Mm-hmm.
something like that?" But for the most part, like they already be getting it like down pat because I get them so many details that they already know.
That's nice. That's awesome. And also on the topic of aesthetics, do you have anybody that you draw your style inspiration from, or do you curate all your style yourself?
I guess I can kind of say like I just kind of do my own thing, but like it is a lot of people like as far as like dressing wise that inspire me, like
Mm,
Tiana Taylor, Yes Dior. I like how Tiana dress, like not Tiana Taylor, but her name Tiana, Taina. I think I like how all
mm.
three of them dress.
Awesome. That's cool. Now, you've talked in the past about doing really long studio sessions. Would you consider that a regular thing in your work, or is it just something that comes with the job? How often are you in the studio creating?
Well, it's been a while. Like it's been like probably like a month since I've been in the studio, but usually I was getting in the studio like probably every 2 weeks, depending on if I had time or like if I got shows or like it kind of just go like with whatever's going on with my life. Like if I got
Hmm.
shows and I got to, do music videos or I got work or however it go, I don't be able to get in as much as I want to. But I do
Absolutely.
usually do longer sessions. Probably like the least is 4 hours, and the most is like 12.
Oh wow, that's a lot. That's a long time. Nice. And then your music seems to sit at this intersection of rap, R&B, and something a little more experimental. How would you describe your own sound, or would you just reject the categories altogether?
I feel like I'm more like rap, hip hop, for real though. Like, I mean, I consider myself an artist though, because I got a lot of songs I haven't even dropped yet, like R&B kind
Nice.
of songs. I got a pop song
Mm-hmm.
out. It's called My Frenchie. Um, what else? I got a couple other different songs that's in different genres, but like I said, I haven't dropped them yet. So as of right now, I would put myself in rap and hip hop.
Nice, nice. And speaking of your music genre, you've spoken a little bit about vulnerability within your lyrics. How do you decide what parts of yourself you're going to share in your music and what parts of yourself you're also going to kind of keep to yourself in private?
Um, I feel like certain stuff, like if it's too personal, I'm not adding it in there. But some like stuff I just play around, I'm having fun, like just being myself, like for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But like certain stuff, I just keep private and keep to myself because I feel like that ain't for everybody to know. It ain't their business. But I done been vulnerable on some songs. Like I got a love song. I got like a
Mm-hmm.
pain song that's out. It's called Crazy Insane. So that's kind
Mm-hmm.
of like letting people into a part of my life that was just not so great.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, I have to be ready to even let people in that part of my life when I'm
Mm-hmm.
ready.
Absolutely. Yeah, of course. That makes so much sense. And do you think there's a difference between that honesty and truth in songwriting? And how do you navigate what is emotionally real versus what is narratively powerful within your music?
Um, I feel like when it comes to music, like everything kind of opinionated. Like some people feel differently. Like everybody got their own emotions. So I never say what's right and what's wrong. So it's like if
Mm-hmm.
I make a song and then some people would be like, "No, I don't feel like that though." Like I hear something, I'll be like, "No," you know. So I feel
Yeah.
like it's basically like however you feel, your experience in life, and like what you done been through. You know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That makes total sense, of course. And
Yeah.
is there is there a specific challenge that you have overcome in your career? And if so, how has it shaped you as an artist or entertainer?
A challenge that I definitely had to overcome was like what sometimes when you go perform, like
Mm-hmm.
every it's gonna be a lot of people that don't know you and you just gotta be confident in yourself. Like you just gotta even if people dry in the crowd, you got to try to turn them up, try to interact with them, like that's all you really can
Absolutely.
do. Just make sure by the time you leave they know who you is, they got your Instagram and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. I had to get over that because I used to be nervous and like stuff
Yeah.
like that. And it'll be like, I'd be like, they not turning up to my music, they acting dry, or like, or something like that. But then, like, after I figured out how to perform and interact with people and make sure people feel me while I'm up there, then it started to change.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the topic of your live performances and your audiences, you perform in all sorts of spaces from traditional stages to community events. What's your favorite kind of crowd or setting to perform in?
Um, Probably, I would say my favorite setting. I mean, I like South. When I went to South by Southwest, I liked it there. But
Yeah,
mainly like I guess club environment's cool, but maybe like festivals
festivals. Yeah,
and
festivals are
with the
awesome.
kids because the
Yeah,
kids be lit.
that is so true.
Yeah.
And speaking of kids and young adults, a lot of students and young creatives look up to artists like you. What is something that you wish somebody had told you earlier in your artistic journey?
What I wish that somebody would have told me, probably that, like, I mean, I feel like everybody kind of, I don't really know for real because everybody kind of, I had so many people giving me advice. Like, they was
Mm-hmm.
telling me how fake the industry is. They was telling me that it's going to take time. Like, you got to grind it out. They told me how much money I'm going to have to spend. They told me it's going to be a lot of work. It's going, like, everybody gave me, like, great advice, but I wish they probably would have told me sooner. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when I first started, like, how to record music and like certain stuff like that. But now, like, there's so many people that done told me that I don't like work with and connected with. And
Mm-hmm.
they done gave me a lot of good advice and stuff like that. So,
Absolutely. And do you have any advice that you would give to artists who may be in the position you are in now? Any artists just starting out?
um, don't listen to them haters.
True.
Stay consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Keep pushing. Even if you don't have a support team, make people support you. Like, you gotta keep putting in work to make people support you. You can't depend on people to support you because they at the beginning they're not going to support you. You got if you really believe in yourself. Oh, believe in yourself. Because if you really believe in yourself, you gonna make it happen and you gonna make it work.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That is great advice. And if your younger self would be able to see you now performing, recording, and building a name for yourself, what do you think she'd be the most proud of and what would surprise her?
I think she'll be mostly proud of like my confidence and how far I done came. Because when I was a kid, I used to like fake writing music on like papers and stuff like that.
Mm,
But I just back then I just didn't think it was realistic. So I just
yeah.
never like I was like, no, it's okay. That's like a dream that you just think like it'll never happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like
Absolutely.
my younger self would be so proud, like would
Mm-hmm.
be just happy that I kept going because a lot of people don't even have that, confidence to even be like, well, I'm gonna do this, like and I'm just happy that I'm believing in myself. My younger self would be very happy at that.
Oh, that is great to hear. And then do you have a lyric or line that you've written that you keep coming back to, like a mantra or a reminder to yourself, or even if it's not from your own music and somebody else's music?
Um, lyric. A lyric that I got that's not out yet. It's
Okay.
that I had a gossip. It ain't stopping shit. I'm still turned. My team
Okay.
solid told me shit I would have never learned.
Nice. That's awesome. Okay. And you also strike a balance between softness and boldness within your art. Do you feel like you're still discovering pieces of yourself through your creativity and when you're creating, or is it more like you're revealing what's always been there?
I feel like it's both because like as I'm growing, I'm still figuring out myself. Like it's so much stuff that I didn't even know about myself. Like as I kept like growing, but then like it's certain pieces that just everybody just if you didn't know me personally, you just wouldn't know that about me. But if you know me, you gonna know.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be a lot of people like I always thought she was like this or like this, but then people around me will be like Jada been like that. So,
Absolutely. Yeah. And then where do you find inspiration for your lyrics? Do personal experiences play a pretty significant role in your music? You were talking a little bit about it before.
yeah, for the most part, like everything like that I rap about, it be personal experience. And then I try to give people like something that they able to like relate on as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Absolutely.
mostly everything that like out. I mean, I make a lot of freaky music though. So
That's fair. Um, have you experienced any creative or writer's blocks, and how have you been able to overcome that?
um yeah, I have had writer's block before, but I was able to overcome it just from like getting out of my head because I feel like that's the only
Mm-hmm.
time like I get writer's block is when I'm just in my head.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I'm feeling unmotivated, and like just stuff like that. Like, but then I get back in my mode. Like I get out of that, and then I'll be able to write and talk about stuff that I already experienced. Like if it was me just doing a lot of shows and going state to state and when I was going through tough times, or just like anything, like just motivated me to just want to be able to write again. But everybody, I feel like get in them spaces where you just be like, oh, like this is just life.
Mm, yeah, I totally agree. Is there any specific way that you prepare for a live performance or like performing at a festival, you said?
Yeah, the way I prepare is I gotta go into the day with like a clear head for real.
Mm.
Like, and I like to get rest, as much rest as possible. I like to
Absolutely.
have me a little drink. Um,
Hmm.
and I really like to like if I could have my people around me, like maybe like pregame and vibe with them. Just
Hmm.
no negative, no bad energy. Because then sometimes
Absolutely.
that kind of throw me off, and I already sometimes still get like the bubble guts, like my stomach can start hurt. I'm like, oh, I'm
Mm.
nervous. Do it.
That's completely understandable. Do you have a most memorable experience or performance of your career, and why was that significant to you?
My most memorable, I would say probably the Skilla Baby show that I
Mm.
had at V Lab. Like it was lit, and everybody was like interacting with me. Like, but I feel like it'd be like that a lot of times. And that was probably one of the biggest crowds I had.
Oh
So
wow.
I feel like that was probably like one of my best shows. And then like, but I don't care if it's 10 people in the crowd, I'm still gonna turn up. So I feel like it
Absolutely.
really don't really matter to me. Like I feel like all my performances is like great. It's always a good time. It's always a vibe. I mean, when I first started, it's a little different. I be on better stages than I used to be on then
Mm, true.
and now.
Absolutely. And do you find that you have a pretty easy time balancing your time between songwriting, recording, and performing? And how are you able to balance it all?
Um, I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to balance it all.
I can imagine.
It really is, and especially like when you an upcoming artist and you still work a regular job and like
Mm,
stuff,
yeah.
that's hard. It's not easy, like, but I still, it don't matter. I'm still gonna get it done. I'm gonna figure out a way. Even if I'm tired, I got bags under my eyes. I've been crying, whatever it is, I'm gonna get it done because
Hmm.
at the end of the day, I'd rather cry about doing the hard work than cry about regretting it later on
It's
for not
true.
being able to do it.
That is completely true. And how we talked a little bit about collaboration previously. How do you think collaboration influences the final product of a song?
I feel like when certain people do songs together, it make the song better. Like you
Hmm.
would hear songs, you be like, "Dang, Mr. Collab, we didn't know we needed." Like, so I feel like that be mattering. Like if you do a song with somebody that's kind of like they messing the whole song up, then you would be like, I don't really like her part, and then they'll probably want to skip and
Mm.
go through the song, like skip and go through the song to Glorilla. It's like how they did with that what is that song called? I forgot what it's called, but they wanted to skip to go to the Glorilla part. But I feel like
Uh,
the whole song was nice to me though. But everybody
mhm.
got their own opinions.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you have a dream artist or somebody that you would love to collaborate with in the future? Maybe write together?
Lil Baby, I
Mm,
like
yeah.
Lil Baby. Who else? I like Glorilla too. Like I feel
Mm.
like me and her, like, cause I got that raspy voice. Hers like a little deep raspy. I feel like if we got on a song together, it'd be rough. And we both be talking our shit.
Absolutely, that sounds awesome. Do you have a favorite song of yours that you've written, or a song that you've just really liked, enjoyed the process of writing at all?
Um, I got this song. It's called "No," and that's probably was my favorite song. Like it gave like that Chicago style, and then on top of that, not only did it give the Chicago style, the whole song. Like I feel like I put some of my hardest lines on the.
Mm,
It's called
absolutely.
"No," though, and it'll be coming soon.
Oh, nice. We'll be sure to keep an eye out for that. Um, Now, if you could describe your music in just 3 words, what would they be?
Describe my music in 3 words. I would probably say aggressive. Sometimes like
That's fair.
turn
Mm.
um and I'm trying to think. I don't know. It probably freaky.
Those are great adjectives.
But
Um,
like I said, I don't really know. I can't really like break it down into 3 words because I have so many different styles of music. But I'm just kind of going based off what's already out. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Ooh, all right.
And then you talked about how you really love performing at music festivals. Is there a dream place or an event that you would love to perform at?
Um. Yep. Lollapalooza,
Mm,
Big Jam, definitely the Big Jam.
yes.
Um, I would even love to perform at Summer Smash. I mean, it's already passed now, but
Yeah,
so yeah,
absolutely.
those probably like some of my Rolling Loud.
Yeah, those are all great.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll get there.
like I'm gonna be on that one day.
Yeah, one day. I'll be excited to see it. Is there anything that makes you feel powerful right now, whether it be in music or in life?
What make me feel powerful right now is like that I'm just able to just be myself. Like I feel like that's a power in itself because everybody trying to be like somebody else or the next person. Like, and it's just a beautiful thing to even be able to be yourself.
Hmm.
So, and I stand on that.
Absolutely. Those are wonderful words. And then, kind of jumping into a different topic here, how do you take care of your physical health before performance? So, do you have any specific ways to take care of your vocal health or just even your mental health as well before leading up to a performance or on the day of?
Yeah, stay away from people that's gonna make you have a bad day. Like that.
Mm,
That's how I protect my mental health. Staying away from people that I know trigger my, old ways or like trigger me in different ways. Like that's how I protect my mental health. But my physical health, I need to work on that. I need to get in the gym. But I'm gonna get in the gym soon. I've been saying it for a little while, but I just gotta make time for it.
mhm. Absolutely. That's great advice. And have you had a specific I've made it moment as an artist? Or if not, what do you think that I made it moment would be in the future?
Um, I feel like my made it moment would be like when I get that first song that's just gonna make it to the point where I'm getting like paid to be on shows and paid to be like, I mean, I get paid for features now, but like paid like by people that's like bigger or like being able just like when you're a bigger artist you get like certain things that you could do that like just an upcoming artist can't do. Like people be want to pay you to come and be on platforms and pay you to come and do certain stuff, like the big stuff though, not the little stuff, the big stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can imagine it. Um, and have you worked with anyone that you would continue, that you love the collaboration process so much you would continue working with in the future?
Um, I mean, as far I mean, I never will. I say Shy. She from
Mm,
Chicago. I worked with her personally in the studio. So I say Shy because when we work together, it just like I feel like both of us kind of just flowed together on the song. Like she was in there doing her thing after I came out and did my thing. But we
mm.
haven't even dropped that song either. And also I will work again with I will work again with everybody I don't work with because everybody got good vibes, good energy. Like
Awesome.
it's no bad business. Everybody promote the song. They do their part. So
Hmm. Absolutely, that's great to hear. And you mentioned collaborating with somebody from Chicago. You are originally from Chicago. What is your favorite thing about Chicago?
the food,
That's a great answer.
look, the food that we got some of the best food. But like I love like our culture, like like the drill, like us, like a lot of people copy off Chicago, and everybody
Mm,
love people from Chicago. Like I just feel like we different, we funny, we got our own different ways to talk, like so like I feel like I love that about us, like we
mm,
just us, and everybody here think they famous, which is crazy. But I love
absolutely.
that because that mean that everybody. And I feel like you're supposed to feel good about yourself. So I feel
Mhm.
like if you feel like you're famous, then hey.
Yeah, that's a great response. When people are talking about you as an artist in the future, what is one word or feeling that you do not want to be left out of the conversation?
My hard work. Like I don't want
Mm,
nobody to ever like beat it, like discredit me to be like, oh, she just got lucky. She just got lucky. No, I didn't get lucky. Like I was real life putting in hard work, like
mm,
sleepless nights and like long days, like long nights. Like I don't want nobody to ever not put me in that category because I be working harder than a lot of people, and I know I motivate other people to work harder because I work so hard. Even though
mhm,
I be hard on myself and be feeling like I could work harder, but it's like I don't want to over like train myself or just do too much. Like everybody be telling me like it's okay. Like I know you want to do more, but it's like you don't want to overstrain yourself.
mhm.
So
Absolutely. And then on the topic of that hard work that you have been doing, what does that look like specifically in a moment like this where you're getting ready for a really big release? I'm sure it's a very busy time for you. What does your day-to-day schedule look like?
so you said for a big release, like a big song release, or
Mm.
just like
Like you said, your EP is coming up soon. I
okay,
think
yeah,
I saw.
well, like the planning of it, like when you got a team, y'all all got to be on the same page. Like
Mm.
what date we dropping it, um, what time we gonna drop it? Okay, do we all agree on the cover work? All right, what songs do we agree to put on here? Like, cause it's like, of course, their opinion matter too. Because
Hmm.
I'm fine with that. I don't want to make every cause just cause I might like something, them be the songs that people would be like, well, she should have put the other songs on there, something like that. Like so. I like to take other people's opinion into what I have my own opinion on too as well. So
Absolutely. Yeah. And would you be able to talk more about what it is like working with that team? Do you trust, are there certain opinions that you really trust of theirs?
well, as far as like business wise, like I definitely trust them because at the end of the day, they never gonna really steer me wrong. Like if they feel like something not a good like opportunity for me, or if they feel like something not like for me and it's gonna make me look bad, they gonna be like, nah, we not doing that. Like, or if
Hmm.
it's just not worth my time, because the more you keep the more work you keep putting in and stuff like that. It's just certain stuff you just can't do, and certain stuff you can't allow people to try to have you doing. So I feel
Absolutely.
like I trust them with that, and I trust their opinion though. Like on certain stuff, I'll be like, "All right, y'all not girls, so y'all don't know what y'all talking about."
Yeah.
But other than that, like I trust their opinions though.
That's awesome. That's amazing to have a group of people who you really trust. Now, when you're not making music, is there something small or unexpected that makes you feel most like yourself?
Spending time with my family, like
Mm,
I love that the
absolutely.
most because for like a lot of time, like I don't like when you being an upcoming artist, it's like you grinding, you working, you doing it, so you don't get a lot of time with your family and stuff like that. But I try to make as much time as I can for my family, my mama, my sister, my friends, like whoever I can make time to fit in there, like people that I love, like they
Yeah,
make me feel most like myself and I feel
absolutely.
comfortable around them, and I just be able to be myself. Like I'll be able to be myself regardless, but
Hmm.
it just feel better when you're around people that actually love you back.
Yeah, that is completely understandable. All right, now we're about half an hour into the interview. I wanted just to hop in to a quick little fun game of this or that artist edition. Um, all right, so I'm just gonna start off. Um, so would you prefer a studio or a stage?
A stage, depending on the stage.
Mm. What kind of stages would you prefer?
A big stage, like somewhere where it's like, like rolling loud, like stuff like how I said
Hmm.
earlier, like a big
Yeah,
stage like that. But if it's not like if it's something small that's not really gonna hold no effect, I'd rather go to the studio.
yeah, that's completely understandable. Now, would you prefer freestyle or written bars?
Written,
Absolutely.
preferably, but sometimes I write stuff and then I go in the studio and like kind of freestyle a little bit. But I prefer write.
Oh, that's cool. And what does that writing process look like? Do you just sit down and write, or whenever you can, or what does that look like?
I play beats and then I go in my notes in my phone and just write lines. Cause I know how to count lines now. At first, when I first started, I didn't know how, but I know
Mm,
how to now. So I just write everything down in my notes, like line for
mm.
line, and that's how I punch it in and stuff like that.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's all about improvement. All right, now would you prefer vinyl or streaming services?
Wait, say that again.
Would you prefer vinyl or streaming services?
Streaming,
Mm, that makes so much sense. Uh, Lo-fi or high energy music?
high energy.
Mm,
I'm more
absolutely.
like a
And
high, like turn, like motivational. Cause the low vibe give you like like just chill, mellow. Maybe you high or something. But I'm more like a lit person.
mhm, absolutely. And then would you prefer being on a tour bus or being at a private writing retreat?
Mm, a tour bus.
Mm, nice. And then what about a late night writing session or an early morning studio session?
Both, but probably
Both.
a late night writing session because it'd be better like that. Like it's more calm at nighttime. You could kind of like be able to just chill and write and be in your zone. But
Hmm.
I had early morning studio sessions. So when I done did 12-hour sessions, it done started from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
that's like early.
that's crazy. All right, now, would you rather a rap feature or an acoustic collab? I think I know the answer to this.
Um, both.
Both. Mm.
Definitely
Nice.
both. Like I want to be in a lot of different, you know, genres. I was gonna say
Mm.
variables, but like, I feel like rap is rap, but I want to
Mhm.
work with other different type of artists too.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's great to expand outside of your specific genre. Would you rather be signed by a major record label or have full indie control?
Full indie control. Like if I
Mm-hmm.
was to get a deal, I probably want a distribution deal. But
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to still have my own rights to like what I could do, what I could drop, and stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of like what I'm doing now, and then like me and my team putting up all the money for my stuff now. So it's like once I get to a certain point, it's like, what would I even need a record label for?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah, sure. Now, would you rather sell out a stadium or would you rather sell out a stadium or go viral overnight?
Yeah, I'd rather have a sold out stadium though. I
Mm.
even got like I'm planning on going to Tokyo soon because I got a lot of streams out there and a
Oh,
lot of people be spinning my records like DJs and stuff out there too.
wow, that's awesome. That's so cool. I hope you have fun in Tokyo. And actually, this leads me to the next question. Would you rather perform in your hometown or overseas?
Overseas.
Absolutely. Do you have a dream
Definitely.
place?
Look, it's not really nothing here in Chicago that like it's like
Yeah,
I'm trying to do the big league stuff.
absolutely. Do you have a dream country that you would love to perform in?
Tokyo,
Tokyo. Well, you're gonna be there. That's
Japan,
awesome.
really.
That's amazing.
But yes, I would love to go there. I think it'll be so dope. And also, I want to go to Germany as well too. Like I got friends that live
Oh
out
wow.
there, so yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And they said they be out there playing my music too, because he was like, I
Ah.
heard somebody listen to it. I'm like, for real? It's like I wish I would have got it on video.
Oh, you have supporters all over the world. That's awesome. Would you rather have a smaller open mic night or have a headliner festival slot?
A headline, a festival slide.
Absolutely. All right. Now, do you prefer writing lyrics first or coming up with a beat first?
It depends, but more than likely, I like to listen to the beat first, so that I can
Mm,
kind of like. That's how I kind of come up with my flow and my pattern. It don't even really be the words. It just be like I be trying to come up with a pattern on how to like I'ma ride the beat.
absolutely. And would you rather collaborate with your idol who you've always looked up to, or would you rather mentor a new artist?
I mean, if we speaking about now,
Hmm.
I would say I still would say both, but as of now, like if I had the opportunity to work with one of my favorite artists, I would want to work with them. But I would want to do both though, because I don't mind mentoring people. I motivate people as it is, and I
Mm-hmm.
do that a lot. So it's like I wouldn't mind doing both. Like I feel like that's a both for me.
Yeah, that's gonna get the best of both worlds. Would you rather a sad banger or a feel-good anthem?
Wait, you said say it again.
Would you rather a sad banger or a feel-good anthem?
A feel good anthem.
Absolutely. And then, would you prefer covering somebody else's song or making a remix of your own song?
Making a remix of my own song because
Hmm.
when you cover somebody else's song, it's really not yours for real. So I'd rather it be my song and then have somebody like hop on a remix.
Absolutely. That's completely understandable. Do you prefer writing alone or with a group of people?
I prefer writing by myself and with my man. Like
Mm,
he be like that. He be like, okay, we be sitting there picking out beats and stuff like this. So he'll help me pick out the beats. But and then
awesome.
after we pick out the beats, then I just get in my zone, put my headphones in.
That's awesome. That's so cool. And then my last this or that question is love song or diss track?
Both.
That's
But
okay.
I feel I would probably say love song over this track because I don't really do a lot of drama and like all that stuff and all that messy stuff. So I mean,
Mhm.
if it came down to it and I had to, it is what it is. But I don't really be on that for real.
Absolutely. That is completely understandable. Um, Now, as we wrap up, it has been really great talking to you. Before we say goodbye to you, I do have a couple more questions. The first
Okay.
is, what does ambition mean to you?
Ambition mean to me is like you go getter, like
Mm,
chasing your dreams, like you ambitious about it, like it mean a lot. Whatever you chasing, it mean a lot to you. So like you gonna get it done, and it mean a
hmm.
lot to you.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great answer. Now, before we say goodbye, where can our viewers find you to stay updated with you? And are you working on any projects or events they should keep an eye out for?
Well, y'all can follow me on this Instagram right here, and then
Hmm.
my name is Lil Jade on everything else. So how it's spelled on Instagram, that's how it's spelled on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, TikTok, everything. Some got an underscore, some don't.
Hmm.
And wait, what else you had said?
And I said, are there any upcoming projects or events that our audience should keep an eye out for?
Well, keep out for backseat. That's a video dropping. It got the audio already out. It's got
Mm,
150K streams now, so y'all can keep
wow.
streaming that. I got a couple videos I'm shooting next month. So if y'all want to come out and y'all want to tap in and come support, y'all could DM me or DM my management. But yeah, I'm working on videos and my project, which will be coming soon. But I'm gonna keep everybody updated on that, so I just need everybody to stay tuned.
Awesome. Yeah, we will stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining us today, Lil Jada. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you. And thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to follow Lil Jada and Ambitious Entertainment for more content. And until next time, take
And
care,
thanks for having
everybody.
me.
Thank you for being here.
All right.
Bye bye.